Hey everybody, and welcome back to 12th Man Rant. I'll be your host, Zach Curtis. 12th Man Rant. We're finally on to week 2. This is the game everybody's been looking forward to. It's the home opener, going against the San Francisco 49ers. The Hawks are coming off a tough road win against Carolina in week 1. Final score was 12-7 in that defensive slugfest. Russell Wilson really impressed me this game. He had a slow start, opening 1 of 5, took some really big sacks, including a fumble in the red zone. But once he got going, he really clicked. He finished the game going 25 of 33 for 320 yards and a touchdown. That put him at a 75% completion rate. And these aren't little dump-off passes either. He wasn't afraid to throw the long ball, with the Seahawks averaging over 9 yards per passing play. I came away really impressed with the depth of our defense. Even without starters, Bruce Irvin, Chris Clemens, and Cliff Averill, we were able to contain Cam Newton to only 125 yards passing in 1 TD. All in all, the defense played really well and very stout against the run. So even on the play that we gave up the most yardage, the run by D'Angelo Williams, we were able to get a takeaway at the end of it and negate the entire run. As slow as the offense started, we were able to sustain a 5.5-minute drive to close out the game. Carolina does boast one of the best front sevens in the league, but it's not going to get any easier in week 2 going against San Francisco. Several factors will be in the Hawks' favor this game. First off, home field advantage. It really can't be overstated what an advantage having home field does for the Seahawks. They went 8-0 at home last year, beating New England, Green Bay, and San Francisco, not to mention Dallas and the Vikings. For those of you out there who are expecting another 42-13 beatdown of the San Francisco 49ers, I'd say to temper those expectations just a little bit. The ball bounces funny for everybody in football, and that day it bounced in Seattle's direction all game long. I think it's going to be a much more evenly matched game than it was last time around. I think San Francisco is going to start strong and stick with us through most of the game. Seattle has the talent on both offense and defense to put the game away early. However, I see it being as more of a slugfest. Last week, I was a bit of a homer in my predictions for Russell Wilson to go 350 yards and 3 TDs. But this game, I really think that's possible. If there's a point of weakness the Seahawks need to be concerned about, it's their offensive line play. There were several plays where they looked absolutely terrible against the Panthers, and Wilson had no time in the pocket and was scrambling for his life trying to make things happen. That awesome completion to Baldwin was really Wilson trying to throw it away. This game could either go one of two ways. It will either be a defensive slugfest that will have a similar score, 14-7, 10-7, somewhere in that range, or it'll be a fireworks display of epic proportions. If the ground game struggles again, I expect Russell Wilson to light it up like he did against the Panthers and give the 12th man a good show. It'll be interesting to see if second-year man Jermaine Kearse can continue his excellent production from week 1. The player to watch this week will be Golden Tate. At times it seems like he was the focal point of the passing game, but he failed to materialize that into a meaningful stat line, getting 4 catches for just over 50 yards. This game, however, I think he might break out a little bit better and look at more like 100 yards and a touchdown. That's my hope anyway, because my fantasy dreams are riding on his shoulders. Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh have faced off 4 times in the NFL, with Harbaugh winning 3 in a row before Pete Carroll's big upset last year. While we can't quite even the score with this game, I do expect that it'll be 3-2 at the end of Sunday. Go Hawks.